Anyway, I'm now going to pass you over to my best man, Simon. Hello again. Can you all hear me okay? No. Louder? Louder. I'll talk louder. Before I begin this real speech, many of you will be very aware that Trudy and Malcolm have had a thoroughly torrid time of things recently. How they've managed to organise and have the energy to put this wedding together and pull it off like this is absolutely beyond me. But today is a celebration, so can we please, I know you've already shown your appreciation, but can we please put all our energy into a thoroughly raucous round of applause for Mr. and Mrs. Tompsett. So now I know what you're all capable of, you can all do that at the end as well. Thank you, Malcolm, and thank you, Josh. Malcolm asked me to be his best man about 2 years ago, and Trudy approved it. But it is a real honour to be standing here today in this role. I found myself in a similar position many, many years ago, and after delivering an emotional speech, an elderly, tearful woman approached me. She put her hand on my arm and looked me in the eye and she said, "You know, Simon, I don't think you've left a dry lady in the house." Now I suspect my powers have diminished over the years. With caution, we should be okay to proceed. I'm lucky enough to have known Trudy for almost 45 years. Wow. We met at school and became firm allies and have remained so ever since. To me, she is a rock, solid, loyal, lifelong friend, and I love her to bits.
Choo-choo!
I first met Malcolm 6 years ago because he asked me to interview him to ensure that he would be a worthy suitor. Now, of course, he passed, and of course, I love him to this day. Trudy, you look stunning. Yes. You always do. Yes. And Malcolm, I couldn't wish for a more decent person to love and care for one of my dearest friends. And together, as a couple, I think everyone here will agree they're perfect. However, part of my role as best man is to shine some unique light onto our newlyweds relationship. Now, because Trudy can do no wrong on her wedding day, and I am terrified of her.
Most people are.
I'm going to bravely follow tradition and shine that light entirely in the direction of the groom. I want to talk to you about some of the observations I've made since that interview 6 years ago. For example, I am often bemused at how Malcolm can still be so utterly dumbfounded by the simple world around him. Despite these considerable setbacks recently, he retains this boundless enthusiasm that means he finds amazement in almost everything he sees and does. I recall him saying in 2 consecutive sentences that both Singapore Airport and a delivery driver carrying a box entirely on his own were both the most amazing things. And it is because of this ultra-positive attitude that the group possesses that I have developed a complex and highly sophisticated scientific theory. And following years of intense academic research, I can finally reveal to you all today that the conclusion of my theory is that Malcolm has modelled his entire adult behaviour on that of an overexcitable, fluffy puppy. And to prove my theory, I've written this puppy a poem. And I'd like to share it with you now, if I may. It's called Malky Boy, a man's best friend. Now, before I begin, it's important to remember, kids, that a Malcolm is for life. So here goes. It's hard to believe that Malcolm once was an enforcer of the law. To me, he's the innocent, playful bundle of a new baby Labrador. He sees each day with wonderment a world that's yummy and scrummy. And all that Malcolm really needs is a cuddle and a tick of his tummy. These canine traits are in his DNA. They form the basis of his seduction. He'll sniff your face and mount your leg without a hint of it. He's good with strangers, energetic and always over the moon. He's potty trained and affectionate and remarkably easy to groom. When Trudy said they were getting wed, it came as no surprise, because Malcolm was staring into her face with his wet, doughy puppy eyes. Salivating and dribbling and drooling from the gills, Malky Boy had hit the jackpot, and ever since he's been head over heels. His tail just won't stop wagging. He jumps, he yelps, he barks. Unfortunately, though, his obedience training doesn't quite hit the mark. He won't stay when he's told or sit on command, and he'll often go fetch the wrong stick. Or in public, he still has confusion with who he can jump on and who he should be. Where's Malk, she says, when it's walkies time and he's still not ready to go? It's odd that such an athletic breed can be quite so bloody slow. He'll then disappear, so she'll end up shouting, "Malky, where are you, pal?" He's gone to chase a tennis ball now. His nickname is Faffa Nadal. But Malcolm gets truly pampered in his safe and loving home. He's regularly fed, gets to nap in his bed, and if he's lucky, he'll chew on his phone. He's even allowed on the sofa, where he cuddles and snuggles and snores, where he's learnt to play cute and adorable, which gets him off doing his chores. But Trudy follows him around the house, having to constantly tidy up, because he leaves his toys in every room. He's a naughty, mucky pup. And he often goes out foraging, coming home with any old crap, which he dumps outside in the garage and goes in search of a warm, comfy lap. And he's not often in the doghouse, but if he is, then he must have been bad, because he'll mope around with his head held low, looking truly pathetic and sad. But when it gets too much, he'll approach the boss with his tail between his legs, eventually winning her over when he's whimpered and whined in his bed. But he's her loyal and faithful companion, gentle in body and mind. He's protective, fun and playful. He's patient, good-tempered and kind. His love is unconditional. Watch how he looks at his beautiful bride. And Trudy gets lifelong devotion with Malky Boy there by her side. Now I'd like you all to complete one task during this evening of laughter and joy. Please give Malcolm a gentle cuddle and tell him he's a very good boy. Or kiss his nose or tickle his cute little feet, but try not to get him too excited, as that could ruin his wedding night. Now I fear for when I end this speech that I may be in oodles of trouble. So in a moment, before I hide, we're going to toast the adorable couple. But Malky boy, remember this. Even though you're now under the thumb, not only are you a man's best friend, but you are also a pedigree chum.